didn't see you there. Nice of you to stop in. I'm Cameron Hickey, by the way. And I know what you're thinking. Cameron, that last video you put up was terrible. The field of vision was about the size of your thumb. Are you going to fix that? We want to know what awesome shit you've got in your bags. Well, luckily for you, YouTube viewer, I sure am. About to show you a pretty quick and concise but detailed explanation of what I carry in my bag. So sit down, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. And I'm going to give you a little heads up and a little spoiler alert. Alert. I'm a little ill right now, so if I seem a little sniffly, that's why. If you remember a while back I said I was still recovering. Still am. So sit tight and enjoy the show. Okay, now basically I'm just going to kind of pan everything through that I carry in the bag, starting with my firearm. This basically stays in my everyday carry bag / get home bag. This is the Ruger LC9. Obviously it's chambered 9mm, hence the name. Do carry a backup mag for that. In my bag I also carry spare mags for whatever ammunition, whatever gun I happen to be carrying at the time during that season. It's the Pro Mag brand, but yeah, I field tested them. They seem to work just fine, the LCP, in case some of you guys are thinking I'm being cheap. I am about to buy more factory mags for it. Fire starting tool, I do carry a Zippo lighter in the bag. Always got to make sure the fuel's in it though. I'm about to put a matchbook in there to go with this. Never hurts to have backup. Pepper spray, because sometimes you just don't need to shoot somebody. So a decent brand of pepper spray. Mag light. I'm about to put some backup batteries in there as well. This is the xenon bulb. I think that's how you pronounce that. It's pretty damn bright. But mag lights are just durable, and that's why I like them. I don't have any cool tactical lights, and I'm just not spending the money that it costs to get a stream light or anything like that right now, especially if it's not a weapon mounted light. Hooded poncho, just in case I don't want to get rained on, or I need to build a shelter or something walking home one day. There's a small mirror in here. I really don't feel like unwrapping it. And a handkerchief. You can use a handkerchief for a lot of different things. Medical applications, wrap around your face if there's some type of disaster or emergency going on and you don't want to breathe a bunch of shit in, or I guess. Wetting it and put on your head if you need to cool down, things like that. That type, anything else I can think of. This is a small first aid kit that I basically made. Just has bandages and stuff like that in it. Nothing too serious. Made it out of a little pencil bag. Just figured that was the simple and cheaper way to do it. Decent water bottle. This is a steel one, and I do keep this in my bag. Swiss made, and the brand is Sig. I thought that was cool. It's got a little dent in it, but usually lasts a while. Ugh, I'm a little ill right now. Chapstick. It's chapstick. And a compass. One thing I'm thinking about putting here is just a small map of the area I live in the state of Mississippi, and that's pretty much it. I carry a knife on my person everywhere I go, so I didn't have much reason to put a knife in there. I probably am about to put another folding knife inside the bag. Let's take a look at the bag that I'm using. I quit buying cheap bags. I used to carry like this stuff in like a cheap nylon bag. Now I have a Maxpedition Lunata gear slinger. I love it. I love the Maxpedition stuff. It's durable. It's most of it's MOLLE capable, meaning I can put more stuff on if I want to. A lot of people I see putting hydration pouches on the side of these. Plus, everything's compartmentalized and has straps to hold it in place on the inside. Like right here, like I keep my Zippo lighter in here, my chapstick, and one of my small LCP mags. Keep my bigger mags and flashlight strapped in there. So I'm definitely happy and content with how that turned out. So this is the exploded view of everything in my bug out bag. My emergency survival bag. I have compartmentalized everything and I have slimmed it down. I've taken a lot of things out that just weren't necessary. I'm a little ill right now, so if I'm a little snivelly, I apologize. First thing, freeze-dried food. Now I went over this in the last video. The reason I use it is it's lighter than MREs and canned food. It does take water. Mississippi being the wet state that it is, not really a huge issue. Water is pretty easy to find in this state. You need some water to sit tight. It's going to rain on you in a few minutes. Other cliche joke about Mississippi being wet, yada 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 yada. A cup for boiling water in. The way these work, You boil the water, pour it in the bag, and let it sit, and that reconstitutes the freeze-dried food. That's pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure you know what that's for. That's a water bottle. I bet you know what that's for. This is pretty cool. It's a small collapsible camping stove. It's also good for emergencies. The fire tabs are inside of it. Basically, you would set that with water on top of it on this with one of these tabs on fire, and you'd have boiling water in just a couple minutes. Water purification tablets. I don't keep a filter in here or a pump because these are lighter. Also, boiling water will also purify it plenty if you have to. It's just lighter, in my opinion. And once again, I keep bottled water in the car. Nice little supply of that in case I need it. Can opener. It's kind of like a rip-off of a P38, basically. It has a little spoon on the end of it also. If I wanted to put on a keychain, I have that option too. Nothing hangs on the outside of my bag. That way I don't lose anything that way. This is something cool Maxpedition sent me when I bought my Vulture 2 bag. This is a deck of tactical playing cards, they claim. See if that'll focus. Tactical field deck. They're all-weather cards. Basically, they're just waterproof cards that don't get all wilty and gross and, you know, turn to shit. So that'd be kind of cool, I guess. I went ahead and put it in there just because if I'm ever having to survive somewhere, having to leave home and run out of batteries on my phone or iPhone, I guess I can diddle around with those with my friends. Decent knife. That's more for a wilderness application rather than anything else. 2 compasses, just because it always pays off to have a backup compass. I actually ordered a pretty cool pouch from Maxpeditions on the way right now. It's a waterproof map holder that tears away from the actual pouch, and also has a pouch for a compass. I'm going to mount it on the outside of my bag so it's more accessible in case I'm having to walk anywhere. Plus, I really just try to compartmentalize everything as much as I possibly can. A pen, that's pretty clear what that's for. I use it for writing. That's what most people use it for right here. Glow sticks. In case I want to have a rave or anything while I'm trying to survive. And I also have this for the pyrotechnic effect. They're also good for starting fires or signaling people out here as well. Duct tape that I kind of modified to fit in a bag a little better just because you never know you need to fix something with duct tape. Space blanket and an emergency poncho. Could always build shelters with that. That's always helpful. Sleeping in the rain can kind of suck. Moving on to, well, before we move on to that, the Altoid 10 actually has a small wilderness survival kit in it. That's things like fishing line, snare wire. There's a couple matches in it too. I mean, even though I already have other matches in the bag, compartmentalized in another pocket, another one of these pouches over here. This is something that I also have in case it just gets really bad, really bad. This is an IFAC, individual first aid kit. It's really just made for one person, but it should be good, more than adequate for 3 days. Mil-spec first aid kit there, trauma kit. Backpacker's tarp with some cordage in the back of it. Just a small tarp, 5 by 7 feet. Enough to get in there to keep rain off of you. You could probably make a little shelter with combining these, keep you warm. A fleece sleeping bag. I figure that's a light way to carry a decent sleeping bag. A toiletry kit. You know, I'm bigger on survival as far as all this stuff goes, not so much comfort, but just being clean, being able to brush my teeth, not smelling bad, having toilet paper. There is toilet paper in here. I will never go anywhere without toilet paper. Definitely want that. That's a Condor, no, that's a Voodoo Tactical brand pouch. That is basically tools, knife sharpener, an extra flashlight, extra batteries. The only thing I'm going to add to this kit is matchbooks, because it always pays off to have extra matches. There's also matches in that pouch right there. But I want an accessible matchbook in case I decide to take up smoking or something like that. I don't really have anything as far as it's firearm related in this, because if it's that situation, that's a whole different bug-out bag that I have now I'm yet to design. For that, though, I'm thinking about putting a small Hobbies bore kit, or bore snake kit in here for cleaning my guns with if I have to on the run, because the bore snake cleans them so quickly. And plus it's small, compact, I can fit it. I could probably just put it in that pouch actually and have everything I needed. If I just had to unjam my, get all the gum, I guess, out of one of my guns if I had to. But if it gets that bad, that's a whole other kit that I'm going to need. So, but this is basically the one that I would use if I wasn't, I would go armed. I carry a gun everywhere in Mississippi with having my permit and everything, but I wouldn't, make it a central point. I'm more concerned about eating and having something to drink. So, and first aid. I realized in my haste to do all this, I actually forgot to tell you what kind of bag I was keeping all this equipment in. I was keeping it in this one right here. It's the Drago brand, 5-day assault pack, and it's decent, don't get me wrong. It's just a typical backpack, to be honest with you. Semi-compartmentalized inside, just opens at the top. It does have MOLLE straps all the way around it, which is cool. I mean, it's a good bag, don't get me wrong. There's no way you're putting 5 days worth of supplies in here, and it semi-compartmentalizes inside, has a place for hook and loop stuff to stick to it, like holsters and stuff. Lots of cool compartments, but just not big enough, and frankly, I'm not really impressed with how these straps attach here. That doesn't seem very sturdy. This is the new bag. It's a Maxpedition. I am pretty much going through all Maxpedition pouches for everything. I'm about to swap the hydration pouch out with a Maxpedition brand. It's a Condor one. I just kind of like the way the Maxpedition ones attach a little better. I'm probably going to put this back on my Drago brand bag, but this one this one has a clamshell opening, meaning the whole front of it kind of flips open, which makes it easier to get to things. Has a little mesh pocket in here too, along with another big compartment here, so it's just easier to compartmentalize. Plus, you know, I like the way that everything attaches. This seems a lot stronger, a lot thicker, better stitching, and it also has the second strap to kind of take some of the weight off, just those primary stitching. So, also hydration pouch compatible. You can put, you know, Camelback bladder and stuff in it. So, Maxpedition Vulture 2 is the actual model.